What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to a disappointed player ratings here on Anfield Agenda after Liverpool lose 3 on the bounce. Heartbreak again late against Chelsea today as Enzo Maresca's men inflict Arna's third defeat in a row to send us into the international break not top of the league, and that was my big fear, that we would not go into the international break top of the league. We have somehow found a way to turn a 5-point lead into a 1-point deficit, and with Manchester United to come up after the international break as well. As always, I'm going to go through the referee, players, substitutes and manager, giving them all a score out of 10. 2 images on each player card. The upper right hand corner is the average Anfield Agenda audience score, and the square in the centre of the image is my score. Feel free to play along in the comments and let us know your thoughts. And one question that I asked the guys in the podcast today, which will be coming out early tomorrow morning, is what would it take? What level of fall off would you have to see before you started to question the future of Arna? Now, I'm nowhere near calling for the manager's head, but it is an interesting talking point. What would you need to see to really have that concerns that this is going in the wrong direction? So look, let's get stuck in now and start with Anthony Taylor. It's just terrible. But again, not the reason we didn't win the game. I want to make that abundantly clear. I'm not blaming the ref for us not winning the game, but I am blaming the ref for some stupid decisions like booking Szoboszlai for winning the ball, giving a free or not giving a free when a Chelsea player fouls our player on the byline and no yellow. Just really stupid decisions like that. Salah getting no protection, and then when he does nudge into a player, free given against them. Just simple stuff like that. I know Chelsea fans don't like Anthony Taylor either, so I'm certainly not trying to say he favoured one team or the other. I just don't think he's very good. So for me, I'm giving the referee a 5, and the audience have gone for a 3.4. Georgie Mamardashvili, probably one of the few players for me who can leave Stamford Bridge from a Liverpool perspective, who can hold his head high. Nothing that he could do about the Chelsea goals, particularly the great strike from Caicedo for the first one, but I do have some blame to shoulder for that one. It just isn't with the goalkeeper. And also the players need to start to learn that he is left-footed and stop passing it back to him on his right-hand side. So for me, I'm going to give Georgie a score of 7.5, and the audience have gone for a 6.6. I do think he is probably, well, the best performer out there for Liverpool today. Next up, Conor Bradley hasn't been good enough this season. You know, he just hasn't. And if I came on and said otherwise, I'd be a liar. Today, understood him being taken off, but you do have to question why, again, the manager has 2 right-backs and he doesn't seem to really trust 1 or 2 of them, because Frimpong didn't come on. He brought Szoboszlai back to right-back again. He keeps talking about the full-backs, the manager picking up bookings, but why have Frimpong there if you don't trust him? Why spend 30 million to bring in a player if he isn't the right fit for the team? I think that's a fair question. But for Bradley today, I didn't think he played well, so the score is going to reflect that. I've given him a 4, and the audience has gone for a 4.3. He is better, Bradley, than what we're seeing. I don't know if it's what's in and around him or if he's in bad vein of form, but he's a better player than we're seeing. This man, Canade, the manager took him off, and I thought to myself, you know what? Finally, he's done it. But then I heard he took him off because the manager said that Canade felt his quad. It wasn't because he was playing poorly, which he absolutely is. I don't know where the big man's head's at, but it isn't in football, and it isn't at Liverpool at the minute, because he's all over the place, and he's now had more bad games than good ones. So Canade to me today was an absolute liability, and he gets a score of 3.5, which is the exact same as the audience. His centre-back partner, no better really today. Delusional in his post-match comments with what he's talking about, noise from the outside again and it clicking. There's no signs of it clicking, Verge, and there's also no signs of yourself or your centre-back partner wanting to get dirty or throw yourself blocking shots. Again, we jockey, and I'm not saying Verge was at fault for the goal, the first Chelsea goal, because he did have 2 men behind him, but nobody going out and trying to block Caicedo, giving him another free shot. That's just not good enough. So for Virgil today, he gets slightly higher than Canade, but not by much. It's a 4 from me and a 4.4 from the audience. Next up, Milos Kerkez, who, again, way off it today. Nowhere near the level that he should be capable of. I do have more of an understanding for new players coming in, taking time to settle. But this is why I said in my pre-match predictions I would have gone for Andy Robertson today, because you want to get back to basics. But the manager keeps trying the players that he brought in, and look, that's his decision to make. Today, Milos gets a 4 from me and a 4.1 from the audience. Into midfield now, or actually, should I say that? Midfield / centre back. And again, Arne said it himself, we look better when Gravenberch went to centre back. If that isn't an indictment of how bad Canate is, I don't know what to say. But all in all, Gravenberch looked okay today. I still want him deeper when we're playing this way. I want him helping protect the back four more. Just look at the goal for Chelsea where McAllister was beaten and they just walked through our midfield again. There's one point today, one of them Chelsea players walked through 6 Liverpool tackles in midfield, and 6 Liverpool players, I should say, without a tackle. So Gravenberch was okay today, but again, he's filling in a position because we need cover there. So he's gotten a 5.5 from me because he wasn't our worst performer, and a 5 from the audience. Alexis McAllister, I'm at a loss to figure out what's happening with Alexis, because we know what he's capable of. We've seen it, both with Argentina and for Liverpool and Brighton. We know he's a great footballer. I don't know if he's still struggling with something, maybe if he's playing through pain for the team or something. I don't know. But what I do know is we're not seeing a player anywhere near as good as the levels we've seen him before. So Alexis gets another 4. And for the audience, it's a 4.5. Again, not the worst out there, but at the time where we need our established players to step up, we're not seeing enough of it, unfortunately. Dominic Szoboszlai, can we please stop wasting his talents at right back? He is not a right back. He's an 8 or a 10. Let's play him in that position, particularly when we need to win a game of football. Just because he can do a job at right back, it doesn't excuse the manager overlooking the 2 right backs that he has to put a player out of position again. So Dom, I think, was okay today. You're never going to lack energy from him, but the whole team, like I said, a collective failure from front to back outside of Mamardashvili. So he gets a 5 today from me and a 5.8 from the Anfield Agenda audience. Mo, I don't know where to go with this because there is no words that are going to really get across the point. He's not good enough at the minute. At the minute being the key words there. You know, the fact that Arne continues to ignore Chiesa and allows Mo to put in abject performance after abject performance and doesn't drag him off. Yes, he did rest him midweek, but again today when we needed something, you can say, well, he keeps Salah on because he thinks he might have a magic moment. Well, Chiesa's on the bench and there's no need to think with him. He's done it recently. He's shown that he has to fight at the end of a game to come on and make a difference. And once again, he was overlooked. I don't like the signal it sends. I don't like any players being able to coast and still play. Salah today was absolutely awful and there's no other words for it. So he gets a 3 from me and a 3 from the audience as well. Next up, Cody Gakpo. Again, just one-dimensional a lot of the time, sometimes wasteful in possession, just not good enough in a front line. Like, this is Gakpo getting his chance this year with no Diaz and a youngster, and he isn't really grasping it with both hands. He's just signed a new contract. You would think he'd be full of confidence and flying, but we're not seeing the Cody Gakpo we know he's capable of being. But then again, I don't know what the hell the system we're playing is. So for Cody, it's a 4 from me and a 5.2 from the audience. Next up, Isak. So 1 for what it's worth. I think that was an intentional assist for Cody Gakpo. First I seen it, I thought he'd miscontrolled it, but when I seen back the replay, you can see it was intentional. Lovely touch. The problem with Isak for me isn't Isak. It's us not knowing what to do with Isak yet. So I'm not going to give him a low score because I don't think he deserves one, but we need to find and understand how to utilise and get this man into dangerous positions. So for me, I'm giving him a 6 today because I don't think he was the problem, and the audience have gone for a 5.5. Next up, Wirtz. Actually thought he looked better when he came on. My theory about him being able to come in and make an impact when the game stretched, I think played out a bit today. There was still 1 or 2 things where maybe he took 1 touch too many, tried to be a little bit cute on occasion, but I liked a lot of what I seen from him today. And again, he was popping up in pockets and making himself available. So I'm going to give Wirtz a 6, and the audience today have gone for a 5 for Flo coming off the bench. Next up, Andy Robertson. It's funny because we spent the whole of last season as a fan base talking about needing a new left back, and we get a new left back, and now we're spending the whole time talking about we want Robbo back in. Well, today he came in and I thought he was okay when he came on. Probably should have started the game in my opinion, but 4.5 for me for Robbo's cameo from the bench, and a 5.2 from the audience. Curtis Jones, the man who always gets used as a scapegoat, but again I would challenge some perceptions today, because when Curtis came on the pitch, what I seen was a player who doesn't hide, a player who always wants the ball, a player who makes himself available and is forward thinking in what he's trying to do. Yes, you can say he takes too much out of the ball occasionally, but at least he's trying to make something happen. At least he's trying to look forward. At least he's shown for the ball. So for me today, I'm going to give Curtis a 6, and the audience have gone for a 5.2. If we're looking for scapegoats, it can't be Curtis today, because like I said, he doesn't hide out there on the pitch, and I like that about him. Next up, Ugo Ekitike. Again, difficult when he's brought into the game late-ish in it. Would have liked to see him and Isak on together for a little bit, but can understand the manager managing minutes for the centre forwards when one isn't fully up to speed and another is in a new league. Today, hard to say because we didn't have much of a sample size. Overall, I've been happy with with Ekitike. Today, I'm giving him a 5, and the audience have gone for a 5.1. So, Endo, this is nothing against him, but what on earth are we doing bringing him on? The manager said the game stretched end to end. We bring on a midfielder to try and, stem the flow? Take the point? I don't know, but it didn't work, and they went down and scored, and we didn't. It always felt to me like somebody was going to get a late goal to win that game, so why not roll the dice in an attacking change and bring Chiesa on? I think we all know why deep down. The manager doesn't rate Chiesa. That's my take on it. So for Endo, I'm going to give him a 4 because I can't really remember from the few minutes he was on there anything good or bad. So I'll just go with a 4. 4.1 from the audience. And then finally the manager. He's got to own this. And he's got to be realistic about what he's seeing. And he has no block to talk about today. No low block to use as an excuse. He seems to still think we played well, which again I'm baffled at. I get he has to protect his players publicly, but he's got to know that if he continues to play a Salah who isn't at it, and he continues to have performances that aren't good enough, it won't be the players who will be gone. It will be the manager eventually. This man has been backed with a lot of money, and I get that changes take time to gel, but there's no identity to the way we're playing, and that's the biggest concern. I've backed Arne since he came in. I said, and I still say, that it wasn't Klopp's team that he won the league with last year. It was Klopp's squad, but he made a way and found a way to, one, prevent injuries and stop the fall off until we won the league. So I give him a lot of credit for that, maybe more than others have. But there's not much more before we start having to question what on earth is going on. United is up next. Anything other than a win and a performance there, and I do think you're going to have some frustrations in a fan base. I don't know what it takes before I would say I want the manager gone, because I haven't had that decision as a fan to make during my time making content supporting Liverpool. Never question it with Klopp because of everything he did to get us to where we were. Arne won the league in his first year. Of course, what happened with Diogo, you have an understanding for that as well. But the manager needs to figure it out. He is in his first crisis as Liverpool manager, and it's going to be up to him to find a way through it. Do let me know your thoughts, but that's how I feel. So, no, I don't want him fired, but yes, I do want an admission that what he's seen isn't good enough, and these post-match interviews are a piss take. So, for me, it's a 3.5 from Arne, even lower from the audience, who've gone for a 2.6. And that is it for the player ratings, ladies and gentlemen. I'll have one more live stream tomorrow before I'm away for a couple of weeks. So I hope you can join me for it. I'll see you tomorrow at about 8:45 as always. Appreciate your support. The Anfield Agenda podcast will be coming out tomorrow morning, early doors. So do keep an eye out for that. Myself, Chris and Connor recorded it. And I wish I was signing off from match reactions and player ratings videos in a better way. But Liverpool have lost 3 on the bounce. It's the first time it's happened under Arne. And we've got some problems. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.